Hey Flosstube, my name is Kimberly Ann. I'm Kimberly Ann on Facebook, Kimberly Ann Designs on Instagram, and That's So Kimberly on Etsy. Um, this is my very first Flosstube, so I'm going to try to keep it pretty short. Um, Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I started cross stitching when I was 20. I was home all the time by myself. My daughter went to preschool. My husband worked all the time. My neighbor actually got me into it because she said she was tired of seeing me sit around with nothing to do. So she gave me a little bit of floss and some fabric and threw me a magazine and said to make something. And I was instantly in love. I did that nonstop for quite a few years as my children grew and got older. Life stuff, football, basketball, karate, softball, Girl Scouts, whatever, was taking up too much time. I didn't get in any stitching time. I did a little bit of scrapbooking, some clay, nothing really solid all the time. As my kids got into high school, I taught myself how to sew and then learned how to quilt. I do vinyl, but in May of last year I had weight loss surgery. And I had complications. I didn't really have the energy to get up and sit at the sewing machine, and I was bored out of my mind laying on the couch. So I was thinking I needed to find something pretty portable that I can do, that I could bring to the couch with me every morning. And I noticed my friend Bree, she actually just did her first Flosstube a few days ago. She had posted in Darvana Lee's Facebook group for Darvana Lee Designs that she had started cross stitching and she was enjoying it. So I thought, I used to love cross stitching. Let me go ahead and get a cheap kit from Walmart and see if I still feel the same way about it as I did when I was younger. So, because it's been 28 years. So I got my kids to bring me to Walmart and I grabbed a little kit. This little dimensions kit. I don't even remember the name of it, like sunflowers in jar or something. That literally took me 2 days. Then I was kind of hooked again. So I went into the group. A few other people had started cross stitching and posting and stuff, and I was asking like, hey, where are you getting those cute patterns, because I cannot find them. So they introduced me to a lot of floss tubers and a lot of designers and a lot of websites. So my very next project was this one by Stitchonomy. It is the 2018 Halloween stitch along. I actually purchased it on our Etsy shop in mid-July of 2019, and I think I finished at the end of the first week of August 2019. And I absolutely was hooked after that. So, I have no stitchy friends anywhere local. I have a few friends that paint. They do scrapbooking, they do vinyl work, they make tumblers, but nobody that sews or quilts or cross stitches. So you out there are all my stitchy friends. I want to say thanks for all the support and information you put out for everybody. I really enjoy your Flosstube videos. I enjoy talking to you on Instagram and Facebook, and I've had so much fun in the groups that I've joined. Everybody's so nice. I got a few random acts of kindness through Christmas. I've loved it. I try to support local people, little mom and pop shops that sell needle minders and things like that. I do make some of my own stuff, but I still try to buy other people's stuff too. So thanks again. I really appreciate having all y'all as my stitchy family. So I'm going to get into some of my whips and then finishes. My first one is Homely Houseplants by Stitchonomy. This is a current stitch along. We get a pattern every other day for a different plant. If you notice the piece of paper here, I belong to her Patreon group, and if you're the gold tier, you get the patterns ahead of time. So I actually stitched day 5 and we just got 4 yesterday, so I can't post it yet. I love this because I love plants and gardening, so this is perfect for me. I can't wait to get this one finished. Let's see, my next one is a whip that I have to rip out, one of the biggest parts that I've got done. Because I was watching Project Blue Book and got interested in that and counted wrong. So this is the beginning of Pottermania by Keenstitch on Etsy. I have to rip out the whole broom because Quidditch will not fit in the middle. But it's okay. I love Harry Potter and he's so worth it. Let's see if I can show you that pattern. I don't know if it'll come up on camera very well. Yeah, see, I have the worst lighting in here. Everything I show you, I'm going to put the information into the comments below, or in the information box below. That way if you want to check it out, you can. Because I apologize for the lighting, it is terrible. Okay, my next one is a whip from last summer. I get bored with it. I don't know why, I just get bored with it and I put it up for a few weeks and then I take it out and get another 2 rows done, and then, you know, I guess we all kind of do that. It is Silver Creek Samplers. Boy, that's a tongue tire. And it is my Christmas wish, or my Christmas list, I'm sorry. I'm pretty far into it. I'm about 3/4 of the way done. And this is on fabric that I dyed myself. This is actually my first try at hand dyeing fabric. I love it. I just about dye every piece of fabric that I use now. I don't hardly ever do white. I hate stitching on black. And I actually have some fabric in my Etsy shop that I just dyed the other day because people were asking me about it. Let's see, I'll put that one down there. My next one is a current stitch along. It's, I think I'm saying this right, Jardin Prive. And it is the Project Weather stitch along. Each one of the houses, it represents a day of this year. And in the blank spaces we have little icons we can use to fill it in. I mean, pretty much I've chosen just whatever I like. I'm not sticking exactly with it. Over here I'm going to add the key for the colors, and across the bottom I'm going to put 2020 weather, Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, because I am in Bay St. Louis. The way I chose to do the houses is different than a lot of people. I chose to do all my roofs black so I could stitch ahead, and then the house color is the high temperature. The windows and the doors are the low temperature for the day, and then I either have a sun. We had a lot of sun in January. The thing that looks like a blue chimney is for the rain. Then I have a little light colored cloud for fog, and then a dark gray cloud for clouds when it's cloudy outside.
I want to get cigarettes.
Okay. Sorry, that was my husband. Okay, let's see what's next. My bee sampler. I am addicted to bee projects. Like, I have bought so many patterns. I plan on doing like my whole wooden shelf back here with bees. I haven't finished it all, that's why they're not all up there. But I have a ton of bee projects in my Etsy shop wish list and on just about every website you can imagine. But this is called Bee Sampler by LilasStudio. She's on Instagram, Etsy, and I think she has her website too. But I have a couple of her patterns, and I actually just ordered the Halloween Quaker last night of hers, and I am in love with her patterns. They're very well written. But this is how far I've gotten. Not very far, but it's okay. Things get finished when they get finished. Life happens. I have 4 grandkids, so, you know, I stay busy sometimes. And then sometimes I just sew all the time. I actually dyed this fabric myself too. It is like a bright blue, a little bit of grayish color for clouds, and then white, so it looks like the sky. I tend to not follow the color suggestions for most patterns. I just look at it and say, you know, hey, I want it to be this color. Or with the bees, I was like, you know what? Bees fly in the sky. Let's do it sky colored. Because I'm kind of weird like that. I don't know. And then my last whip that's current is this one. It is the beginning of, let me get this right, Letters from Hogwarts by Cunning Cross Stitch. And it's Stuart Cunning, I think, is the designer. This is the first part of the frame that came out, I think, in November or September, somewhere around there. I am not far. I am so far behind, but I'm a Harry Potter fan. Will be till the day I die, so it gets finished when it gets finished, but it will definitely be finished. And this is also on fabric I dyed myself, and I did it specifically for this project. It's got kind of, actually I used orange, but the way I did it, it turned kind of brown, which I like, and gray and blue and a little bit of green and white. And I want to thank you to everybody who suggested me using Q-snaps, because I was trying to use hoops and they were killing my hand. So then I started doing nothing but hands cross-country stitching, and sometimes my work was not very good, but I would get it done super fast. 2 weeks ago I started using Q-snaps. I love the quality of my work so much better, and the Q-snaps are wonderful to work with. They're so light and they're not rigid like the metal hoops or the wire or plastic hoops are. I'm loving it, so thank you to everyone that suggested that to me. Alright, let's see what we got next. Okay, we're going to go to some finishes. I don't really have any recent finishes except for Christmas and Halloween ornaments that were packed up. So I'm going to show you some that I've finished over the last couple months that I actually have out. Okay, so my first one is Farm Fresh, and it is by Hands On Design from their blog. I'm pretty sure it was a free post. It's so cute and it's so quick. I stitched it up in like 30 minutes. And I just put it on a little Dollar Tree cube with some fabric I had and some Christmas ribbon that I hadn't packed up yet. I don't care that the pins are showing. It's just me looking at it. It's no big deal. My philosophy is if somebody looks hard enough to see a pin showing or a piece of thread you forgot to snip when you're sewing, they're looking too darn hard and they need to move up the road. Okay, so I have my cute little bee basket that I started. Let's see, the first one is going to be the Mind Your Own Business collection. Mind Your Own Beeswax collection. This is by Calico Confectionary. I have this one. And then I also took the bee off of the project and duplicated it and made another little pin tuck pillow. And then the next one is, I'm sorry y'all, my hair keeps itching my nose. These are by Rovaris. It's called the Bee Pincushion. This one says Queen Bee. And this one just says Be Good. There's another one that I have not finished yet that says, I think, either Be Kind or Be Happy. I'm working on it, but my granddaughter misplaced it. I don't know where it is. Let's see what else. Okay. I have Waxing Moon Designs Silent Night that I finished. And y'all are going to see a lot of whips from me that are iron flat, because I usually stitch about 20 or 30 projects and then just spend one weekend or sometimes a week fully finishing them. I don't stop and fully finish anything at one time unless it's specifically for a holiday and it's like coming up right away. The next one is Sweet Home by Country Cottage Needleworks. This pattern number is 64. And this is on fabric I dyed myself too. All the bee stuff you've seen, I tea dyed it and then crumpled it, put it in the oven to get scorch marks on it. So the dark marks you see on some of my fabric is scorch marks. I do like that to look old. So I figured on all my bee projects I was going to do that with the fabric. Okay. And as y'all can tell, I love Stitchonomy. Alyssa is just the best. So here is another project. This is the 2019 Halloween Stitch Along. I did some modifications. You'll see some of the pieces. If you've seen this before, you notice that some of them are not what they are. There was a lady nice enough to share with us the Feed Me Seymour that she designed, because I'm a total nerd for Little Shop of Horrors. Well, actually, I'm a total nerd, period. I like quirky little goofy movies. So, and I added all the extra stuff around it too, around the border. That was not designed for there. The witch. And somebody designed these cauldrons and shared with us. There's a couple other things. I don't remember exactly which ones that I changed, but that's pretty much her design. And she's okay with that. She don't mind us changing things. Let's see. And this one is by Clouds Factory, and it's called Primitive Ouija Board, because once again, I am a total nerd for this kind of stuff. Ooh, look at that, a thread. Yeah, this is why I should finish things off. I love Halloween. Halloween is actually my husband and I's favorite Halloween holiday. We go all out for Halloween. My mom's subdivision that they've lived in since I was a teenager, before my husband and I got married, is a supervised trick-or-treating area, so they block it off at the end of the road, and the kids, if there's no way out at the other end, it's a dead end. And the kids can just wander the streets and trick-or-treat, and there's patrolmen back there. All the houses, you know, pay attention to the kids. So we are big on Halloween. It's slowing down now because there's more areas that opened up for supervised, but when we first moved back there when I was a teenager, we would spend about $1,000 for candy because it was literally so full. I think that's it for my whips and finishes. Okay, so now I'm going to show you my latest haul. Well, my latest haul that's arrived, because I have something coming tomorrow. Actually, it's a project that I'm excited to get because Rolodex, aka Carla, talked about it on her video. It's the big project folder, the Harry Potter project folder by Debbie's Stitches. I got the information from Carla. I contacted Debbie on Instagram and told her what I wanted. She said, yeah, girl, I can get it out next week. Well, I literally paid on a Thursday. I'm sorry, I ordered it on Thursday night, paid her on Friday morning. Yesterday was Friday, and she already mailed it. It will be here tomorrow. That is amazing because this thing is massive. So thank you, Carla, for recommending that to me, because I am just so excited. I'm such a Harry Potter nerd. And another piece of haul that I'm not showing today, I'll show next time, is the 3-tiered cart from Michaels. I got one in the lemon yellow. I actually got it for 70% off because I had a birthday coupon. But it's not set up yet, so I'll show you next time. Okay, so this came in recently. It is, the Blue Flowers Night Walk Down. I cannot tell you how much I love this pattern. It's so old-fashioned to me, and so colorful. I am super excited to stitch this, but I can't decide what fabric I want to do it on, so I have not started it. Then I have Summer by Country Cottage Needleworks, because I, again, am addicted to Country Cottage Needleworks. I think half of my 123 Stitch wish list is their products. And I actually dyed a piece of fabric that I'm going to use for that. It's kind of faint orange, blue, and gray with a few flecks of green in there. I am so sorry about this lighting, y'all. Okay, then I have, oh, what is the name of this one? Love is in the Air by Country Cottage Needleworks. Let me put that up. There you go. And Mary Chalkful. And this is a, let's see, hands-on design with Priscilla Bain collaboration. I actually have every one of their collaborations on my wish list. I just can't buy everything at one time. And then the next thing is not actually haul. I won the monthly giveaway on LilasStudio's Dee Dee's Flosstube from last month for January. And this is what the nice, sweet girl sent me. Nicole's one of my friends. I love her. She has taught me so much about sewing and quilting. And Beck is just the sweetest thing. I can't wait for her to get back because it's not the same without her. They are so funny together. But I got this, and it's Heart and Hand. Christmas Cheer 2. Let's see. I think that is everything. Yep, we went through all my stuff. So, once again, I would like to say thank you if you sat through this thing. I know it was miserable. I thank you so much. If you didn't, I totally understand. Hopefully, I will get better with my next one. I was kind of quick to rush and get things together to do this one today because I was really nervous, and I decided to just like, okay, I'm going to throw something together and do it real quick and get it done with. So, thank you for hanging in there. I would appreciate you sharing, and if you liked it, please hit the like button below. I'm going to list all the stuff that I showed into the show titles down below. Thank you. I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.